Okay, so I am Manas Rai from CS branch, section B, and I would be teaching about linked list creation and traversal, and I would be showing the code in C language. Okay, so basically, linked list is a collection of variables in which there is no fixed arrangement in memory like we have seen in array. Okay, so in array, what we have seen that data locations are stored in continuous form. Here, contiguous form is not there. Okay, instead we have a node which is created using struct keyword. Okay, so struct keyword is used to display user-defined data types. Okay, so here user-defined data types are used, and most importantly, here the values are referenced using a pointer variable. Okay, so if the values are not stored continuously, how you will go from one location to other? Okay, so you don't need a continuous block of memory like you have needed in array. You can just create a node and refer it to the next node. Okay, so it saves space. And also in array, if suppose you have declared an array of 10 integers and you just enter 3, so rest all will be filled by a null value which waste space. So to reduce that, we use linked list. Now coming back to code, here is some basic code which I have written. I'll be creating all the code further. In this code, you can see first I have created a node. Okay, so struct keyword is used to create a node, and what happens is you can see here. First one is data part. Data means whatever value is stored on the node. Okay, and next is next refer to the next memory location. Like when we are connecting multiple nodes, what the next address would be. Store basically address, and it is a pointer variable of again of struct node type. Okay, okay. So we will be creating two functions here. One is create list, in which we will be creating a linked list, and to print the linked list, that is traversal part, we would be printing the traverse linked list function. So currently there no function is created. I would be creating it. Okay. So what are the pre-requirements? First of all, in main function, we will ask enter total number of nodes, which is very basic. Like how many nodes you want to enter. It is here we have like let user to define how much nodes they want. And second is just we have called a create list function, and next number of nodes is specified, it will create that many nodes. Obviously data part will be entered by user. Secondly, after the linked list is created, when you need to see the linked list data in the list, and we have called it traverse linked list function. Okay, so we would be coding this, and now we are beginning to code the whatever we are given. And first of all, after this we would be creating wait a minute. Okay, this main part is done. Void create list, sorry, and the as a parameter we will pass integer, and that is the length of uh, array. First let me copy this one. Cool. So void create list intent, and in this a function. And now in create list, first of all we will define what type of data is there, where we will be using struct node, and one variable would be new node. And then another one we will be creating a temp for keeping a record of previous one. Okay, temp. Now in each step we will be needing a data to be entered. Okay, and it is data and variable to traverse, that is I. Okay, next first we will be creating the head node. Now head node is very first node of linked list, and head equal to, it will be struct node star type. I hope you are familiar with how pointers are declared struct node, and we would be using dynamic memory allocation malloc function, and how much memory to each node, that is size of struct node, size of function. Struct. Okay, we will be closing it. Then suppose a case in which head node the memory is not allocated and we need to terminate. So we will type a checking condition if head equal to null, then we will just print unable to allocate memory. Printf unable to allocate memory. We are done with this. Okay. Again, if when head node is created, after unable to allocate memory, we can just write exit zero function. Okay. After this, what we need to write is, um, after head node is created, we need to create subsequent nodes. So as we know that we have entered n number of elements, or we need n number of nodes, one is created, that is known as head node. After that, we would have to create a loop, and in each loop, we would be just entering data and storing the address of next location. And in every new node that is added, the data part will be null. Okay, and we have created a temp variable so that in the previous node the address part was null. We need to first of all, in previous node we need to store the link part and give it the address of new node. Okay, are you understanding? Because earlier the address part null was stored. Let me show you here. Okay, and first of all, just let us enter the data of node 1. Printf enter data of node 1, and scanf, the basic syntax scanf percentage d, and the name is address of data. Okay, just let me correct the syntax. Okay, after the data has been entered, we just need to do some things. uh, okay, we have created a struct. Okay, so in head data part, we need to store the data we have just entered, and in the next part we will be storing null. As we told you, every node will store null in the next part. Okay, And again, after a head node is created, we would be getting temp equal to head. For first time, we will temp variable will be head, and every time it will be one behind the node that is created. We would be assigning temp as head, and then for the remaining rows, we would be just head, if head equal to null, head equal enter menu. Okay, will be a pointer. Okay, this is a pointer. Then now a for loop would be enough for I equal to 2 because one element is already there and I is less than suppose n number of elements are there, and then in every word we would using a increment. Okay, so for in each step again we would be using new new node. Again, as memory allocation we did struct node, let me see, struct node start type, and then we would be assigning his malloc function size of struct node. Okay, this is we are doing after the head node. Okay, one node is already created, that is head node, and now we are creating subsequent nodes. Now the thing is again we have to take the data from the user. Okay, so again we have to check if it is null or not. Again, if it is null, so I would just be copying this, and so new node equal to, and before that I would be just inputting the data from the user. Okay, if new node is null, unable to allocate memory, just an enter. Here instead of head we will just be writing new new node. Okay, so if new node will not be allocated memory, it will just print as it is, like unable to allocate memory, and exit the whatever loop it is hacking. But if it is allocated, what we would do, we will take a scanf function, sorry, scanf, and what it will do is it will take the data percentage t comma ampersand data. And now what happens is image and average first data part that is entered. Okay, scanf percentage d theta, and we will just in uh, new, and in its data part we would be just injecting the data which we just entered. New node data part has contained data, and again the next part would just be null. So new node next equal to script null. Okay, so new node data has been done, and we've checked if it is empty or not. Data part has been done as null. Okay, and after that what we need to do is the previous one, the temp which was one step ahead, its next part we need to assign it as new node because new node we have created, and temp will now be coming to the current node. like in previous node you assign the address of current node and then move the temp as which is a pointer to the current node. Again we will move one step forward, temp will again come to our node, but before coming it will store the address of the current node which you have created. Whatever address of new node in the memory, it will store it in the previous node and come to the current node. Okay, we have just done this part. Temp equal to temp connect, and we are done. Okay, so let me check just for a while, and yeah, we are done with it. For loop is considered, and it was like if part is done. Okay, so this one is complete, and previous node done. Again a function void create list, and for void traverse list, sorry, traverse traverse list, and we won't be needing an argument, I think, over here. Again struct node star type, and the variable name would be temp. Now we will just naming it. Again, just check if head equal to null. Just you need to print if that list is empty. If head is not having anything, list is empty, come out and return it. ठीक है? Done. But what if list is not empty? We need to return first. So for that we just need to assign temp as head, or while temp not equal to 0, while temp not equal to 0, or I think the last node which we are going will not be having null. So we just need to assign while temp not equal to null, and we need to write printf. In every step we are just printing next part of it. That is no, we are printing the data part of it. And once data part is printed, we just need to move to the next node. That is what traversal is. We need to print the elements of whatever node is there. While temp not equal to printf data. Let's make it little beautiful. Data equal to percentage d format specifier. Of course, give it a space. And what we have been printing, data of temp temp and arrow function temp data. Okay, we have again done this. Every step temp data will be printed, uh, and we would just be temp has been temp equal to temp next. That is, temp would be moved to the next node. Okay, I think we are again done with this. That is how, let me run it. So temp equal to temp next. Okay, some error is there. Let me just take, oh, here semicolon was missing. Let me just rectify it. Okay, enter total number of nodes. Suppose I want to enter 5 nodes. Enter data of node 1, that is 12, and again 13, 14, 15, that is 3 and 4 nodes are there, last one, and one is 67. Data in the list is this. Okay, let me just do something like printing data in next line. That would just make it more clear. Just a minute. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Uh, print enter data of node percentage di. Okay, okay, okay. Let me just beautify the code. The code is running. It's just that it is printing it in the same line. So we just need to add a new line over here, and it would just print the date, the answer in that. And just to make it more readable, I need to do some changes. Unable to allocate memories. Can I percentage D for I equal to 2? Okay. Here, just let me write break and enter data of node percentage D, and every time we are noting ith node, it is I 10. Just I need to run it and make it more clear. I'm just putting it here. Okay. Okay, total number of nodes, that is 5. I would be just entering enter data of node 1. For node 1, I would be entering 34. Then for second node 2, 56, 78, 23, and node 5, that is last one, I would be entering 12. And data in the list. This one is all the 5 nodes are printed. This was how we need to create a node in linked list, traverse the linked list, and create the linked list. So thank you everyone. We'll just be resuming the